Rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. And we are continuing the 10-part series on the builders for the Wyld Stallions motorcycle build-off. This week, we're going to talk to Matt Drewyore.
Hello.
How's it going? Are you ready for this?
Oh, I guess so.
I guess so. So you have an Instagram. We can follow you on Instagram, Drive Junk.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I thought I'd throw that out there so you maybe get a few more followers. I know I just followed you. So we spoke for a few minutes before we started this to discuss a little bit about your history and bike building experience. Would you like to share that with our audience?
Well, as a lot of people know, Steel Horse Ranch is owned by the man by the name of Matt Drewyore. That is my dad. I've been in and around bikes all my life, from mini bikes to crotch rockets to Harleys to dirt bikes, anything with two wheels. And I've grown up around putting together everybody else's bikes. Now it's time to do my own.
So is this your first ever build?
This is going to be my first ever from the ground build, yes.
So your first ever solo build. I'm sure you've gotten your hands dirty helping your dad.
I've gotten my hands dirty on many, many bikes before, but this one is mine.
So you're not gonna say, "Hey, Dad, I need some help." You're just gonna do it yourself.
I'm trying my best not to. I am
That's
trying
good.
my
That's
best
good.
not to. I've followed other people's drawings for too long. Does that make any sense?
It does. It does. Yeah.
This one's me.
This is all you.
And I don't know that it's going to be. I don't know that it's going to be a show winner, but man, we're coming out to fight.
Yeah. So, tell us what is your currently, I'm sure, ride bike. What is your current ride, or you're like your dad, where you got like 35 of them to choose from?
I got a selection of bikes, but the one I put the most miles on, and you've probably seen it a bunch of shows and everything, is I got a 2011 Electric Glide Ultra Classic, and I've put in 2 years, I think I got almost 30,000 on it.
Wow, you like to ride too. I like that.
I love to ride. I put more miles on my bikes a year than I do my cars.
Yeah. I just moved into town now, so I'm guessing that will be my problem as well, since I drive
Yeah.
2 miles to work now. So my mileage will cease to exist pretty much.
Yeah.
And
I'm about 45 minutes one way. So
I used to be about 30 minutes out. So a big change for me. But yeah, I thought I was doing good with about 10,000 miles a year. So on my bike.
yeah, the last two I've got about 15,000 each year.
Yeah, this year I predict I'll have a few more because we're Sturgis bound, but
lucky.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be a good time. So let's get into the 10 questions that you had the heads up on because you listened to the podcast that was released today, where the 3 I interviewed yesterday had no clue that was coming. So
I got a little bit of advance warning. I'm running on no sleep, so bear with me.
All right. Well, that's all right. All right. So what is your initial vision for your build and how do you see it evolving?
Truthfully, I like the old Frisco style choppers. High rake in the front and just looking for a rider, something I can cruise on.
Right.
I really don't have that much of a vision past start bolting things together and see how it goes.
That's fair. And a lot of the builders have had pretty much the same kind of, we're just going to go with it, start putting it together and see what happens.
That's kind of where I'm at.
All right. So what inspired your theme or style for this year's bike?
Growing up in and around bikes, I've always loved them. I've always wanted to have a rigid hardtail for my own, an actual chop, something that I've built, that I put together, that I can ride wherever I want to go. And, the Wyld Stallions build gave me the ability to focus on one of my projects that's been, nagging in the back of my head.
Right. One of the builders yesterday said that the best way to get those kinds of projects done is to give yourself a deadline.
That's exactly what I saw this as.
So, all right. So what's the first part of the build you're focusing on and why?
Well, the first part that I'm focusing on is the actual frame cut because it's the first time I've ever done anything like that. Most of the time we've, bought frames or we've, had prefabricated frames. I did buy a hardtail kit for it, but it's the first time I've ever really put effort into learning how to weld and everything for myself. So
you're like really green.
Yeah. As weird as it sounds with my dad being who he is, I'm pretty green to building my own bike.
That's cool though. That's cool. So how do you approach your plan? Did you sketch it out or you're just kind of going by stuff in your head or what?
I'm grabbing the saw and seeing what looks good.
That is actually pretty much everyone's answer to that question has been, I don't sketch stuff out. I see it in my head and that's what I shoot for.
I'll be honest, I don't even really have a vision right now. I have a frame in front of me that's been cut and welded, and I'm just kind of slow rolling and finding pieces as I go.
Yep. Cool. So what do you think will be the most challenging aspect of your build?
The fit and finish. If you've ever seen me out at any of these shows or anything, my bikes are not the cleanest. I am not the show winner that you would think I would be, and it's it's tough. It's tough to follow along with him, Mr.
I was going to say, where do you get that? Because that is not your dad.
No, it's not. He yells at me all the time about how dirty everything that I got is. I kind of feel like I'm bringing a knife to a gunfight,
All right, let's go on to the next question. Do you have any specific materials or techniques you're excited to experiment with this year? Pretty much all of it.
Learning all the welding skills. In all reality, my welding skills.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
That's the one thing I really need to focus on and need to learn how to do better.
Wow. I had figured, that I don't know how to weld, so I can't say anything. So
I can stick two pieces of metal together, but man, I can't make it look pretty yet.
Yeah. What was it saying? I'm not a welder. Then you're not a welder. Then you're a grinder. What?
I'm a grinder, and that's what I've been doing all morning.
Yeah. So what's one feature or concept you're determined to include in your final design? I think we kind of already talked about that, but we'll see.
Kind of, I don't know. I'll be 100% honest. I don't know exactly what the main feature I'm looking for. I want something that's rideable. This is gonna turn into my new daily bike.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All the builders have had that same. We want to build something that's not gonna just look good in the garage, but we can ride it.
Yeah, I heard Nick say that he wanted to ride out, and I'm right there with him.
Yeah, that'd be cool to have them all ride in the show. That'd be pretty sweet. All right. How do you prioritize functionality versus aesthetics in this early stage?
At this early stage, it's all about style, I think. But as we near, it's going to turn into more functionality than anything.
Yeah, especially if you're looking for something that you're going to ride every day. I would think the functionality's got to be there as opposed to the looks.
And I'm more the functional guy than the looks guy.
I mean, I watched a few of those. I used to really like American Chopper. And some of those bikes they build, I mean, they look amazing, but you would not ride that thing.
You wouldn't want to ride it.
Like, for instance, the Miss Geico bike or the Geico bike. It looks
supercharger.
It looks super cool, but would you want that in your face while you're riding? Hell no.
So uncomfortable.
So, yeah. All right. Next question here. Is there anything you've learned from past builds that you're applying to this one from the start?
Yeah. I mean, everything.
Yeah. Because this is your first build.
Yeah, this is
yourself.
The first time. This is the first time all by myself. I'm trying not to go asking for a bunch of help. I'm trying to really do this all myself.
So that's pretty respectable right there in my book. I mean, because you do have a wealth of knowledge literally at your fingertips.
Yes, I
do. So what's the most exciting part of starting this new build for you?
Honestly, the thought of being able to have my own bike that I built.
Right.
That, for me, that is the driving force.
Yeah, that would be my driving force as well. That just, I mean, it's going to be... Oh, wow. Hush. I thought we were done with the podcast dog making noise since we were in the new studio. Hey!
I'm just glad my roosters quit crowing.
So in the past, we've had dogs barking in the studio, and it's not uncommon. I listened to a couple other podcasts where they have similar things going on, but I didn't think I was going to have that issue since he's the only dog here now. But anyways... So you have what do you got to start with? You've got your frame. Do you know what you're gonna put in it for a motor?
I actually started with 2 or 3 weeks ago. This was a running 1986 1200 Sportster.
Okay.
And night one, I tore it completely down to the bare frame and made the cuts.
So you're going to use a 1200 engine, I'm assuming.
Yep. I'm sticking the 1200 right back in it. It's got a 1200 with a 4-speed.
Nice. I'm curious. I'm really excited to see these bikes. Yeah.
Me too.
Some of the ideas are just, they're just to be sweet. You've been around it now, I'm sure. You were around the last 2 Wyld Stallion builds.
Yes, I was.
So you've seen what you're up against, the talent that's out there.
I've seen what I'm up against, but there's some names this year that I know from, around the block a time or two, and they got, like I said, I don't even know that I'm not afraid to lose. How's that?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the competition has gotten a little bit steeper since it first started.
But that's awesome.
It is. It's pretty cool. They're doing a great job promoting it. Obviously, I mean, you got people coming from other states to participate in it.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. Very, very cool. So, you have, I'm sure, been to some motorcycle shows through the years. Quite a few.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been to Mama Tried in Milwaukee?
I have not been to Mama Tried.
No?
And if I didn't have all these things going on with my kids right now, I probably would head that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to go. I have never been. And, of course, by the time this airs, I will have already been. So, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to going back over to the Steel Horse Ranch, but, and that should be like pretty easy because it's only like 3 hours from me.
Oh yeah, you're quite a ways up north, aren't you?
Yeah, over in Ludington. Yep.
Okay.
But my son is in Metamora, so I have a secondary excuse, and that's kind of, last time I stopped in, it was my secondary excuse was, hey, I'm going over to see my kid. I'm going to stop and see you guys. It worked out quite well.
It always does. It's a great place to stop.
Oh, I love that place. Yeah. Very, very cool. If you haven't been to the Steel Horse Ranch, you need to go there. Yeah, just awesome. I mean, just an awesome vibe right from the start. Of course, your dad
I think today, on the day that we're recording, is 1 year since the building was purchased.
Really?
I believe that is today.
That's pretty cool. I saw Jody went live here a little while ago, and I was working, so I couldn't watch, but I try to watch when I can.
Make sure you guys are keeping eyes out, because we got some big things coming out of there this year.
Yeah. I have a feeling I'm going to spend quite a bit of time over in that side of the state doing stuff, just because I really enjoyed my time over there. I really like your dad and Jody and Teresa and all the guys at the ranch there. I had a really good time, and I'm not going to say I was in a dark place in life, but I wasn't in the best spot in my life at the time. So it kind of cheered me up and brought me up, and kind of refocused me.
Around that place will definitely pick anybody up.
Yep, definitely did. So, yeah, I need to get over and see your dad's collection.
Yeah, it's getting extensive.
Yeah. He said, he told me, he goes, come on over and see your kid for a day, and then come hang out with me for a couple. And I'm like, that sounds like a plan, actually. So, what do you think about the deadline for this build? Do you think you have enough time? I've heard mixed answers on this.
Well, since I've had this motorcycle in my possession for almost 2 years now, I hope so. I've had the idea of building a chopper for almost 2 years, and it's just been sitting on the wayside. So I've gotten more work done in the last 2 weeks than I've done to it in ever.
Wow. Well, like I said, that last builder, he said, the easiest way to get stuff done is to set a deadline. You'll get after it then.
Yeah.
And apparently that's holding true.
Yep. It's sure seems like it.
at least for now.
I had a running motorcycle 2 weeks ago.
And now you have parts.
Yeah.
One of the guys started out with parts. And he doesn't.
He's one of the ones I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Oh man, some of the ideas that he had are just, I can't wait to see them.
I know, right? And that was just the first interview. The other guys, they're just, they got some great ideas.
I've only heard the interview with Nick so far.
Right.
Some of the ideas that he's got alone, I am ecstatic to see.
Yeah, I really want to see his bike. I'm excited. And then of course, Frank.
Oh yeah, Frank Grimes.
Yeah. I interviewed him as well. He won it last year.
Yep. So he's got some cool stuff coming too.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah. He knows he's got a target on his back, so he's stepping up his game.
That's going to be tough. That bike he built last year was pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. And he's going to actually bring it to the show, to the finale, so it'll be there.
Nice.
As well as whatever he builds for this year. So, all right. Well, there you go. We had Matt, who is the hometown hero, we're going to call him. Yes, no?
I don't know about that.
No? I don't know. He's got.
I'm no hero.
We're holding out for you. You got the heritage and the lineage behind you. I'm sure you've learned a lot being around your dad.
Definitely have.
I'm sure
we'll find out.
Yeah. I'm sure we're going to be quite impressed with what you build.
I just hope it doesn't fall apart on my way there.
All right. Now, are you planning to ride it there?
I do. I have every intention to ride it to the show.
That's awesome. Most of the guys, two of the guys were from, one of the guys was from Minnesota and one of the guys was from Indiana and one of them was from Ohio. So they probably won't ride all the way to the show, but they plan on riding at least partway to the show.
Yep.
So
I'm only down in Clinton Township. I'm
right.
I don't know, hour and a half.
You're not that far. Yeah.
So.
You're not that far. So.
Nope, I got a nice easy cruise.
Yep. I got a little bit farther cruise, but that's all right because that's what I like to do anyway. So that's what the ultras are good for.
Yeah, that's why I have mine.
Right. That's why I switched. All right, Matt.
I've gotten so used to riding that ultra though. It's like driving a car now. So
yeah.
I can't wait to get down on this stripped down bare bones chopper.
Yeah, it would be nice to have something a little bit different, a little bit smaller, a little bit more fun, lighter to throw around, play around in town. Maybe someday. A little sporty or something would be all right to have.
Next year, you're going to have to build a bike.
Yeah. I better start now.
That's kind of how I feel, too.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know that I'll build a bike for next year. I would need some help. I would need a lot of help.
I think you got enough people around you that can give you a hand.
I probably could conjure up some help from a few people. I'm sure. That would be kind of cool, though.
You should definitely think about it.
I should think about it. We'll see. Who knows? If Farming Biker can do it, I could maybe do it.
See?
Maybe. All right, Matt.
There's no maybe.
There is no try. There is do. Or do not.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Well, good having you on the show. Hopefully next time I'm down there at the ranch, I get to meet you in person.
Yep.
I'll tell your dad that you have to be there.
Well, let me know when you're coming down. I'll make sure I'm up that way.
All right, man. Sounds like a plan. Thanks for taking some time out of your day. I know you're busy. I know you're tired.
I appreciate you having me on and helping push this thing along.
Doing everything I can. That's what we do. That is why we are here, to help push things along, get the word out.
Beautiful thing.
It is. All right, man. I will talk to you. I'm going to hang up and wrap this episode up, and I will let you know when it airs.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. There you go. Matt Drewyore, one of the builders for the Wyld Stallions motorcycle build-off. And he has some heritage behind him, folks. His dad, yeah, real deal. But he is doing it on his own, so you have to respect that. That's pretty outstanding. Best of luck to him. Best of luck to all the builders. I'm really stoked to see what everybody builds. It'll be very cool. End of August, we'll be down there for sure. All right. That is all I have for you this week, bikers. Of course, I'm just getting back from the Mama Tried Motorcycle Show. Well, I'm sure if you're looking on Facebook, there's going to be pictures of all the cool bikes that I see over there. And I'm sure there'll be a podcast in there about there somewhere in the next week or so. So stay tuned. We might take a little break from our 10-part series and do the Mama Tried. We're going over there with Big Yeti and Brother Mook. So I'm sure there'll be some pretty good stories to be told. That's all I got, bikers. Life is short. Get after it. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.